Scene 1, Tim's repast. The not too close but not too distant future. A house located within the Democratic Democracy of Libertaria. The house lacks personality, as most houses in Libertaria do. Center stage is the dining room with the front door upstage center. Stage left holds the kitchen, which houses many nice-looking appliances. Stage right is a hallway that leads off to another part of the house. Embedded in the wall of the dining room is a large TV. Next to the TV are a series of family pictures hung on the wall, where we find Dunk stands with a hammer, removing pictures of his father, Tim, from the wall, and then tearing out the nails. He is followed by his wife, Nadine, who spackles the holes as he goes.
It was always nuts. My whole childhood, the thing that stood out most all those years was the nuts. He had 5 different kinds of trail mix, loved cashews and candied almonds. He was a nut too. You'd have to be a nut to marry JoJo. But the nuttiness, it didn't matter because he was so cool. With him, eating nuts was cool. He was always like that, finding the strangest way to be the best person in the room. He had this way of captivating people with a smile, a wink, a walnut tossed into his mouth. My friends and I would always sneak into his stash and eat his trail mix just to be a bit more like him.
He's in a better place now.
The mass grave by the highway. It would have been nice if they let me do my thing with him.
I know.
Have a proper burial instead of saying whatever words I can muster over that ditch.
You made it nice.
One thing was all it took. One small act to face a firing squad. They made me prepare him. When it's an innocent person, they get the viewing. They look peaceful. I make them look peaceful. They told me not to waste the resources on them. It was a message.
You've been good to the party. They wouldn't. 30 years of service means something.
They were making a point. They're giving us a new sentinel, too. Crom. Apparently, Bill wasn't cutting it anymore, so now we need Crom.
Bill was getting old.
Bill's 45. Crom is a message.
Oh, you're being paranoid.
Nadine, you gotta listen to me. All this needs to be perfect. We can't make any mistakes. If we show them we're just a normal family, maybe we can get Bill back.
Bill's retired.
Someone good then? I'll talk to Bridget when she gets here. You make sure Phil understands.
And JoJo?
I think she's got it. Can you give me a hand?
Dunk picks up a poster board with nice pictures of Tim, and in large lettering is written, "In memoriam of a traitor." Nadine holds it up to the wall while Dunk nails in the poster. They both step back and look at the poster board. Nadine leans her head on Dunk.
He was a good man.
That's who he was.
Nadine, you want a candied almond?
The sugar wasn't good for him.
I don't even know where he got so many.
He had his sources.
They keep me young. Was always welcoming.
Unlike JoJo. I'm really going to miss.
Crom enters the main door in a suit, wearing dark sunglasses with an embedded camera with a light that glows red to signify it's recording.
The bastard. I'm glad he's dead.
The bastard? Oh, yes. He was anti-party swine, a parasite suckling at the teat of Libertaria. Praise leader for his death.
Yes, praise him.
Dunk grabs all the pictures he's been removing.
Bring these to the incinerator, please.
Of course, sweetheart.
If only I could have gotten away without having that ceremony and this horrid repast. Oh, Crom. I didn't see you there. Come in. Can I get you anything?
I will stay by the door.
Of course. You do what you must. You seem young for a sentinel.
Just finished basic. I showed them what I was made of and was rewarded well.
The bounty. Already. Impressive.
Nadine returns.
They are burnt to a crisp, honey bear.
Thank you, my love. Is everything ready?
Soon.
Nadine heads to the kitchen and spends the next section cooking.
The family is a good one. The husband was anti-party, but my wife and child pledged their love to me when I brained him.
You got to do it yourself. Good for you.
Our final trial is to...
Yes, I know. Just wasn't aware they gave assignments where the sentinel benefits personally.
I was top of my class. It is extra incentive.
Well, thank you for this opportunity to prove our loyalty to the party and all of Libertaria.
It is my job.
Yes, well, it's nice having you in our family. Have you seen my...
Bridget enters with Phil, who pushes Grammy JoJo in a wheelchair.
Ah, hello, dear children. JoJo, how was the ride up?
JoJo turns on her microphone and camera.
Tell this monkey to get his paws off my chair.
Now, Joe, we talked about this, Phil's family.
He pushes me almost as bad as he drives. If I didn't know any better, I'd think he was a Chinaman.
And how's mother doing?
She's a real delight today.
I'm always a delight.
I think she needs a nap.
Sweet girl, sweet, ugly girl. I'm finally a widow. What I need is a long, hard
Rest by the fireplace. Of course you do. Bridget?
This new sentinel knows what I'm looking for. Looks like the only person in this household who could deliver it too. Oh, you look like a tall glass of white milk.
He sure does.
Phil makes sex eyes with Crom, unnoticed by the family. Crom looks uncomfortable.
Hey, Dad, we need to talk.
Sure. What about?
Alone.
Whatever you need to say can, of course, be said in front of Crom.
It's really a family issue.
Crom's family now.
Immediate family.
You're acting strange. Isn't she acting strange, Phil?
Uh-huh. Seems in keeping with her trash mother.
Thanks for the input, Joe.
What? I can't talk about your dog of a first wife?
I'd prefer that.
Oh, what an ugly, ugly creature. You should have left her nailed to a post in the backyard.
Because she was a dog.
A particularly ugly dog. Like a chihuahua.
Let's try to be nice and welcoming. We have a new addition to the family today.
And don't any of you commies forget it.
That's actually part of what I need to talk about with you.
Are you pregnant? Whore.
I'm not a whore, Grammy.
Could have fooled me. Look how you're dressed.
This is what people wear to funerals.
I can see your knees.
Can somebody please put Grammy down? I think the stress of the day has gotten to her.
I can do it.
Keep away. I don't want any of your dirty hands rubbing off on me. I might not be opposed to our rock-hard guest laying me down, though.
Dad, please.
Bridget, no. Now go help Nadine in the kitchen. Make sure she isn't stress cleaning. Now.
Bridget
He had a
pops
saying for her.
and heads to the kitchen. JoJo unwraps a caramel and pops it in her mouth.
We had a saying for her in my day. Mud, blood.
Like Harry Potter?
Who is that?
Kid from my school.
Can you make sure JoJo's comfortable, Phil?
She seems plenty comfortable already.
Can you start setting the table then?
Fine.
Oh my. This is sad.
Grampy's death.
Your command over your family. Your father was a pussy, but at least he demanded some respect from you, lizards.
Well, you're not seeing the whole picture, Ma.
Huh. The whole picture. Ah, you hear that, Crom? You can see the whole picture and 5 feet of blank space on all sides. You're not a fucking wall mural. Ah!
I'm going to grab you a caramel.
I already have a caramel, you milquetoast cuck.
Well, you look like you need another.
I've got a purse full. You can fuck off.
This is my home, Ma.
Did I tell you about when Tim and I first met?
I don't think you did.
He was in English class with me, probably high out of his mind on marijuana cigarettes. And he sees me, comes over with the kind of swagger only small dick men possess. A swagger that you shared, Dunk. And Tim says, do you want to go for coffee? Well, you know what coffee turned into. We all know what coffee turns into. And I got pregnant with you.
How sweet.
You know what he offered me?
Marriage?
Money for an abortion.
I'm glad you didn't take it.
Fool that I was. I've 2 regrets in my life. Letting that man fuck me and not taking that abortion.
Bridget was right. You need a nap.
Of course. Lock me up.
We're just letting you rest. A nice nap will do you good.
Don't want a nap, fuckwit.
We want you nice and rested for dinner.
He's forcing me to sleep at all hours of the day. Make sure the party sees this. Make sure they respond accordingly.
Oh, Grammy. Always a joker.
Throne strike these fuckers.
Dunk shoves a caramel into JoJo's mouth.
You can't silence the truth with caramels.
Dunk shoves another caramel into JoJo's mouth.
Is that better?
JoJo spits out the caramels and Dunk scoops them up and puts them back into her mouth.
Oops, looks like you accidentally dropped these.
The party will see you for what you are.
Don't worry, Ma, it's already parked.
And Dunk pushes JoJo out of the room and down the hall.
Hey,
Hello,
you look strong.
I am.
Like, really, really strong.
I am the strongest I know.
I bet. How much you lift?
A bunch.
I bet you don't even get tired.
I do not.
I bet you could just keep going all night. I'm Bill.
Crom.
Do you like killing people?
I am good at it.
You seem like you'd be good at it.
I am really good at it.
I bet you kill people so hard.
I once killed a guy so hard, his skull popped open.
I didn't know that that was something that could happen.
My wife's first husband smashed his skull open with a hammer. Brains popped out.
Was it fun?
Oh, yeah.
Sounds bloody.
So bloody.
Have you always wanted to do this?
Yes. Since
Since when?
Crom turns off his recording glasses.
I quit dancing.
You must have been a marvelous dancer. Why'd you give it up?
My second dad told me only homos dance. He is probably right. He was a sentinel a long time, saw a lot.
I don't think so. Anyone can dance.
I was so good too. My first dad bought me lessons.
Could have done it professionally. Can I see?
Frowned on.
No, it's not.
The party would not like it.
There's no edict saying you can't.
Oh, okay. Do not tell anyone.
Wow.
Yeah,
You're good.
I was even better back then.
Well, that's hard to believe.
But it is true. My second dad was a sentinel, though.
You said that already.
Could not have a homo in the family.
So you kill people instead.
The jobs have similar temperaments.
I bet you could have been famous.
You think?
I don't think at all. I know.
I always wondered what could have been.
You would have been a star. You're a really good dancer.
Maybe the best?
Maybe the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see it again. Wowie. Don't stop. Don't ever stop.
Dunk enters, speaking as he makes his way down the hall.
Well, Joe's
Crom turns on his glasses.
down. Hope she sleeps soon. Am I interrupting something?
Crom was just showing me something.
My recording glasses.
I was curious.
And I made him uncurious. Where is the bathroom?
Second door on the left.
Goodbye. For just until I get back from the bathroom, which is where I am going. But I will still be in the house. So, no treason.
Crom exits in a hurry.
What was all that about?
Nothing.
Dad?
Nothing.
Dad! Now!
Dunk heads to the kitchen where Bridget helps Nadine cook. Phil lounges as sexually as possible in a chair in the living room and waits for Crom.
What is it?
Crom's in the bathroom.
Ding!
Oh, that's the napkins.
Nadine rushes out of the room to fetch the laundry.
Yeah, why?
Phil's no longer safe here.
What? Phil's perfectly safe.
He's a dark-skinned gay anarchist.
No. What?
He's all those things and can only be safe at my apartment.
He's gay? How come he never told anyone?
He told me.
Why your apartment?
Nadine enters the dining room with a laundry basket with cloth napkins.
We don't have time to argue.
If I'm sending my son somewhere, I want to know why it's safer than my house.
My sentinel knows me.
Crom will know us all soon.
You're not listening to me. My sentinel knows everything about me. She knows I keep forbidden books, posters, records.
Bridget, you can't do that.
She knows this and is okay with it.
You're putting our family in danger.
My sentinel knows. Imagine what Crom would say if he found out about that. Now, imagine what he'd say if he found out Phil's gay.
That won't happen. If we project normal average family,
Dad, Phil's not safe.
They're keeping a close eye on us. Anything abnormal warrants an investigation. My 17-year-old son moving in with my daughter is very abnormal. We can't handle an investigation.
Dad, it's the investigation or our lives.
What do you think an investigation is? He's passed for straight all these years. He can do 6 more months till he turns 18.
Crom enters the living room and sees Phil. Phil drops a fork.
Whoopsie.
Phil suggestively picks up the dropped fork.
Dad?
Excuse me.
Crom heads to the kitchen.
You're not thinking about
Crom enters the kitchen.
how the team will be impacted if he stays.
We'll finish this later.
No, we're talking now. He's an important player.
Crom heads for the fridge and grabs a yogurt.
Spoon? What team?
The tribes.
What sport?
Basketball?
Never followed it.
It's our favorite. We watch G League. I'm telling Dad that the tribes need to trade Pete if they want to win this year.
And I'm telling Bridget that he brings valuable experience to the team. When free agency comes this summer, they can reassess.
He will lose them a playoff spot.
I like football.
Dad, please.
He cannot change it. He does not run the team.
Thank you, Crom.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, I'm terrified.
You guys are way into basketball.
Even if things get scary, we'll be together every second of being fans. And if we trust each other as fans, we'll make it through this. I need you to trust me.
Men are usually right about this kind of stuff.
Yes, we are.
Crom looks for the trash. Dunk pulls out the garbage can and Crom trashes the yogurt container and grabs another.
These are good.
Dunk and Bridget try to look busy in the quiet as Crom sloppily eats his yogurt. At the table in the dining room, Phil lounges in a seat as Nadine polishes silverware obsessively. Phil plays with a glass.
I can't wait to get out of here.
Oh, sweetie. Of course you can. Love Mama Bear.
I'm grown. I shouldn't still be in my parents' house.
Since when is 17 grown, Babu?
I don't know, Mom. Since forever?
In 6 months, you'll be old enough to move out.
I don't want to wait that long.
I'm gonna hold on to you as long as I can because you're my little man.
I'm a big man.
Mommy's big man. Couldn't go on if I lost you.
Don't say that, Mom.
You think Mommy's so tough. My first husband and son meant the world to me. When I lost them, it almost broke me. Then Dunk came and I had you. And now you're my everything.
Ma,
My sweet Babu.
I don't need protection. I need freedom to be who I was meant to be.
You can do that here.
No, Mom. I need my own place.
In the kitchen, Crom trashes the second yogurt and eats a third.
Oh, my sweet Babu.
Phil. My name is Phil.
You will always be my Babu.
I don't want to be your babu. I want to live on my own. La vie bohème.
Don't ever say that phrase again. It is from banned media.
It is?
They could take you away from me.
Mom, calm down. It's just words.
Where did you learn them?
I don't know.
Nadine grabs hold of Phil, both protective and harsh.
Tell me.
School?
I know you're lying, Phil.
Bridget!
Bridget.
Please, don't be weird, Mom.
I'll have to have a friendly chat with her.
It's just a movie. She didn't even show me. I watched it on my own.
It's okay, Babu. Mama will take care of it.
Please, don't do anything weird.
I'm not weird at all.
Just don't make a big deal of...
Mama knows what's a big deal. Bridget! I need help setting the table.
Thank God. Want to come, Dad?
Yes, I do.
Bridget and Dunk enter the living room.
Glassware, Dunk.
Yes, sweetheart.
Phil mouths sorry to Bridget and heads for the kitchen.
Bridget, what have you been showing my son?
Phil enters the kitchen and winks at Crom, who stands by the fridge.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He said a forbidden phrase.
Phil grabs a yogurt and eats it as sexily as possible in front of Crom.
Listen, he found my stash of old movies.
I don't want you corrupting my son.
He found it on his own.
First, it's Rent. Then Band of Brothers. Then 1984. Pretty soon, he'll be neck deep in contraband media.
You know a lot of old movies.
I'm not the one showing them to a minor.
He watched a musical. It's not the end of the world. Plenty of normal people watch contraband material.
Not my Phil.
Sweetie?
Shut the fuck up, Dunk.
Okay.
Article 15, Section B. Forbidden media shall not be consumed for any reason under punishment of death.
He wants to know about his history.
There is no history before Libertaria.
As a history teacher, I'm going to have to disagree.
For our safety, for the safety of this family. History started 60 years ago when the party took over. Do I make myself clear?
It's just a musical.
60 years. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Nadine.
Good. Now, finish setting the table and quit corrupting my son, or I will cut your fucking ovaries out.
Yes, Nadine.
Bridget walks to set the table. Nadine puts out a hand to stop her.
Next time this happens, I will not be so nice.
Ding!
Oh, the meatloaf's done.
Nadine springs to the kitchen.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's my Nadine.
If he's mouthing off about this stuff, all the more reason to send him to my house.
Your house is the reason he's mouthing off.
What happens when Crom recognizes one of his references?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
There's no room for error here, Dad.
I realize. Hey, how do you think Nadine would handle having her baby taken away early?
It's better than another funeral.
She'll do anything to get him back. She'll sell you out in a second.
You could talk her down.
Yes, she's a foul temptress. Please give me my son.
That's your wife.
I didn't choose her.
You chose Phil. Are you okay with his blood on your hands?
There won't be any blood. We'll keep our heads down and we'll all be fine. Besides, we know nothing about Crom.
We know he works for a fascist regime.
So do I.
You bury dead bodies. He makes them.
Just have some faith. Just a small, tiny bit of faith, please.
I buried my faith with Mom.
In some states, being locked in a room for this long qualifies as elder abuse.
Can you get her?
No.
Phil finishes his yogurt in the kitchen and heads to the living room. Crom watches him go and grabs a banana and eats it in the kitchen. Nadine puts finishing touches on a few dishes.
Coming, Ma.
Great. The ass is coming to my rescue.
He sure is.
Dunk exits to grab JoJo, and Phil enters the living room.
How's it going?
Not great.
Keep working him. I can make Mom okay with it. We just need him.
I'm not sure how Nadine's gonna take this.
She'll think it's brilliant coming from her baboo.
This is all harder than I expected.
C'est la vie.
No,
Oh.
not c'est la vie. Be more careful.
I'm plenty careful.
Nadine knows you've seen forbidden media.
I know. I said La Vie Boheme in front of her. She recognized it immediately.
So she's watched Rent.
I had no idea she had good taste in musicals.
You can't just pepper conversation with these references.
But I like them. And usually nobody gets them.
No more. And you can't tell anyone about what you watch.
Oh, so you haven't told Dad about your collection?
That's different.
No, it's not.
He needs to know to get you out of here. It would be impossible to convince him without telling him.
And it's impossible to convince Nadine without telling her.
One misstep could lead to all of us dead.
Well, look on the bright side. At least JoJo would be dead too. I'm thinking about putting razor blades in her caramels.
You gotta do something sneakier.
OD on pain meds?
That's the ticket. Why couldn't it have been her? Tim was good. He used to sneak me to old movies. He was so fucking cool.
He taught me how to swear in sign language and make it look like a salute.
I miss him so fucking much.
He's better off.
Yeah, he's dead. If I can't do this.
Bridget.
No, listen. If I can't get you out of here, you need to be a JoJo. You need to be the first one standing at the anthem, the first one coming to the party's defense.
Gross.
Just for 6 months. After that, you can move anywhere. Be who you want to be.
You'll think of something. If you don't, we'll be in a better place too.
The mass grave by Highway 5. In the meantime, try to get friendly with the Sentinel as a contingency.
Way ahead of you.
Crom looks back and forth in the kitchen and shoves the rest of the banana in his mouth. He chews happily.
All right, Ma. You ready for dinner?
Dunk and JoJo enter the room.
Not a dog, cuck.
Here you are, head of the table for the matriarch.
Might as well be the patriarch. I'm the only one of us with balls.
Crom finishes the banana and joins the family in the living room.
Oh, JoJo, you say some crazy things sometimes.
God, wish somebody would just kill you already.
Suddenly, the TV streams the Libertaria flag and plays the national anthem. Think mix between America, Russia, and Nazi Germany. The family stops what they're doing, stands, and salutes the TV, except for JoJo, who sits in her wheelchair, saluting the flag, humming along to the anthem.
Stand up. I said stand up.
Well, I'd love to, but I've lost the use of my legs.
I am giving you one more chance to stand.
She's crippled.
I love Libertaria.
3,
This all seems like one big misunderstanding.
The best country in the world.
2, nobody is exempt from the anthem.
He's quite right. Do what you must, Crom.
1,
Crom pulls JoJo up to a standing position and lets go of her, letting her drop to the ground. JoJo hits the ground and tries to salute the flag from whatever position she ends up in.
This is a big misunderstanding.
I don't know, Crom. Looks like she's still not standing.
Crom kneels by JoJo.
stand or I will use force.
Do what your country requires of you.
Nadine grabs a glass from the table and she unmutes herself.
This glass is unbelievably filthy.
Nadine polishes the glass furiously.
She can't stand.
Employing force.
Crom kicks JoJo while she's down.
Oh!
Phil watches happily. Nadine cleans. Bridget and Dunk stand shocked. JoJo keeps saluting the flag as best she can.
Reasonable accommodations must be made.
The anthem stops, and so does the beating.
I gave her ample time.
No need to explain yourself.
She's paralyzed from the waist down.
No, that's no excuse. He was in the right.
She was disobeying Article 23, Section 2. All shall stand for the anthem.
Can someone fetch me a caramel? I feel a bit dizzy.
Nobody moves.
Article 32, Section 1. Reasonable accommodations shall be made for those who cannot carry out their duties.
Are you questioning the party's will?
No, of course not. I just
The Democratic Democracy of Libertaria does not make mistakes.
You're not Libertaria. You're just a person. People make mistakes.
Sentinels do not.
You tell that commie what's what.
Sentinels are just people.
You think I do not know what goes on in this house?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your first wife, a traitor. Your second wife's first husband, a traitor. Your dad, a traitor.
I do my work for the party.
He has no respect for you.
I've prepared bodies for the mass graves for 30 years.
Your first wife had contraband media.
A man can't know everything that happens in his house.
Can somebody help me up?
Nobody moves.
You are on thin ice. You are all on thin ice, and it is getting thinner. I do not think I've ever seen before a family more deserving of the full punishment of law.
Tear down the wall.
You are lucky I do not report all of you.
We're just trying to do right by the party, by Libertaria.
The party is watching.
Ding!
Oh, yay, dinner's ready.
Nadine rushes to the kitchen.
Everyone sit, sit. It's time for dinner. Oh, good.
Bridget and Phil sit. Crom and Dunk remain standing, and JoJo is still on the ground.
You boys too.
Crom sits next to Phil, and Dunk also sits. Nadine grabs food from the kitchen and places it at the table.
Phil, can you help me?
Yes, Mama.
Phil places food at the table as well.
Oh, what a good boy. See what a pure boy he is.
Can somebody help me up, please?
Sure thing, Ma.
Nobody moves.
Well,
Bridget, can you help me with her?
Bridget and Dunk stand and return JoJo to her wheelchair. They push her into the table.
about damn time.
All our cares will be forgotten with dinner. My mother used to say that. There's no problem so big that can't be solved with a hot meal.
What a stupid thing to say.
Ah,
Sickness, war, death, treason. None of these can be solved with a hot meal.
I suppose it doesn't apply to everything.
Even famine would keep going right after the meal's done.
do you need another nap, Ma?
Any dissent and they lock you up.
Nobody's locking anybody up.
A beautiful dinner for a beautiful family.
It looks delicious, Mom.
Oh, such a sweet boy. Such a good, pure boy.
Looks great, Nadine.
Thanks.
Does anybody need meatloaf?
Yes.
Dunk passes the loaf to Crom, but it's intercepted by Phil.
Let me cut you a nice, juicy hunk for you.
Phil cuts a piece for Crom, and Crom eyes Phil, licking his lips.
What a blessed gathering we have here.
Blessed. What garbage.
JoJo eats a caramel.
Grampy's dead. Show some respect.
Respect? That man didn't respect me. I can't jump for joy now he's dead, but I would if I could, you ugly, ugly girl.
I've got an idea. I've got an
Great.
idea.
Aunt Jemima has an idea.
Why don't we go around saying our favorite memories of Tim? I'll start. When my first family died,
Killed for insurrection.
I was devastated. And then I heard that I was being assigned to a new family. And when I was assigned to Dunk, I didn't know what he'd be like. And when I arrived here, Dunk was at work. But Tim was standing in the doorway with a big bag of candied almonds. And he grabbed a handful, passed them to me, and said, "Welcome to the family." And with that, I knew I was in a good home.
Thank you, Nadine.
How about you?
Oh, well, let's see. There is one thing that stands out. It's another story involving a first marriage.
Great. We get to hear about the family shit zoo.
Well, when Jess died, I was sad.
Didn't get out of bed for 2 weeks. Lazier than a filthy Mexican.
I went to the doctor.
The crazy person doctor.
She told me it would pass eventually and to see her again if it didn't. When I got home, Tim was eating pistachios and he told me that he'd be there for me. And he was. He stayed with me even though I lived an hour from his job, and he made me dinner every night until I was ready to go back to work. And when that day came, he made me lunch. Well, it was a sack of mixed nuts, but it meant a lot to me. He showed me that I could love again, even if just my dad.
Gay.
How about you, Ma? Any good memories of Dad?
Not a one. That traitor earned his firing squad.
I've got one.
Oh, wait. I do have one. It was recent. His funeral. It was so nice that nobody attended. I wish he could have been there to see that. I love putting that traitorous bastard in the ground. You hear that, Tim? I bested you. I won.
Anyone see any good party-approved movies recently?
Dad?
Yes, Bridget.
I'd love to resume our talk about basketball in light of recent events.
I think basketball can wait.
And I think basketball is very urgent since the Gators beat the Glory.
The Gators?
Sports are never that urgent.
JoJo unwraps the candy and puts the wrapper in her mouth.
JoJo, eat the candy, not the wrapper.
I know what to eat.
Nadine pulls the wrapper out of JoJo's mouth.
What league are you talking about?
If the tribes don't make the trade, it could be disastrous.
The tribes are fine.
They need to make the decision now.
Will somebody answer me? What league are you talking about?
The G League, JoJo.
There's no teams called the Gators or the tribes in the G League.
He meant the E-League.
There's no such thing as an E-League.
You seem tired.
Bridget stands up and walks towards JoJo's wheelchair.
I'll take her for a nap.
She stays.
Bridget stops.
I can see when my son is scheming.
Nobody's scheming, Ma.
Ah, you were always such a bad liar.
JoJo pops the caramel. Bridget grabs JoJo's wheelchair and starts moving her.
Come on, Grammy.
And you got your whore daughter to back you up.
I said she stays.
Bridget lets go of the wheelchair.
How's the meatloaf?
Delicious.
You're trying to overthrow the party.
Nobody's trying to overthrow anything.
Bullshit. I know you're a traitor just like your father.
Looks like everyone needs more green beans.
Nadine scoops out the green beans onto people's plate. Bridget reaches for the wheelchair.
Let's go take a nap.
JoJo dabs Bridget's hand with a fork.
Ah!
I'm not leaving.
Crom unholsters his gun and puts it on the table.
We are all going to listen to what she has to say.
It's just basketball.
I watch basketball and I know every goddamn team on every goddamn league. So if you want to talk basketball, we'll talk fucking basketball.
Bill gropes Crom under the table and Crom abruptly stands, hitting the table with his knees.
Bathroom.
Crom leaves. JoJo pops another wrapper in her mouth and chokes on it. Phil follows Crom off and Dunk pulls Bridget aside.
Don't do that.
You didn't think to mention JoJo's a basketball fiend?
I don't go in her room. I thought she watches the news like all other old people.
We need Phil out, Dad.
I'll start clearing.
We can salvage this.
Dad, we'll all die tonight unless you do something.
JoJo thumps the table unnoticed.
We can show Crom we're a normal family.
Has any of today seemed normal?
I'll take care of it. You don't work for them for 30 years for them to turn on you.
JoJo thumps the table again.
They're fascists. That's exactly what they do.
JoJo dies unnoticed.
I don't know.
No, you don't. I teach history and people like Crom lay waste to people like us. We need to get Phil out of here. Dad, please trust me.
Okay. I'll talk to Nadine.
Quickly, we don't have a lot of time.
Nadine emerges from the kitchen.
Okay. What's that thumping?
I think it's the washing machine. I'll check on it.
Thank you, love.
Nadine exits down the hall.
Dad, it'll be better this way.
Wait! JoJo!
They both freeze before turning around to see JoJo face down in her food.
Oh my God.
Check her pulse.
She's dead.
Wow. 2 dead parents in a week.
Don't pretend like it's not a relief.
She's my mother. Well, was my mother.
Nadine re-enters.
Homosexuality is still illegal, right?
Yes.
We might have a problem then.
Dunk and Bridget look at Nadine anxious. From off, the thumping gets louder. Phil and Crom's voices become progressively more clear.
Oh, yeah. Take it, Phil. Take it.
Oh, God. Don't stop. Don't stop, Crom. Don't stop.
I think I'll start the dishes.
Well, fuck.
End of scene 1. Scene 2. JoJo's repast. The space looks the same as the start of scene 1, where Tim's sign once hung. A new poster board hangs on the wall with the words "In Memoriam" with pictures of JoJo. She looks infuriated in all of them. Nadine sets the table as Dunk stares off, lost in thought.
It's a tough decision, but I'd say the short stem glasses are my favorite. I got them with Hank at our wedding, and they have served me well. The low balls are nice also, great for whiskey or sodas for Phil. I hope Phil never drinks like Hank. Hank could go through a bottle of rye in a day. Never violent or anything, but still. It might have killed him early if it wasn't for the...
Nadine.
Oh, I do hope dinner is scrumptious. JoJo deserves a scrumptious repast. And I'm making her favorite, a big juicy ham. She deserves it.
JoJo doesn't deserve anything but the candy wrapper she choked on.
Now, Dunk.
Have I ever told you about my first wife?
No, you've told me Jess was brilliant and funny and...
Nadine, you know what I mean.
No, you haven't.
We had kept contraband media in the house. Records, movies, TV shows, you name it, we had it. She used to say it was like living in a museum, like living in a time before.
We shouldn't think that way.
But she did. My boss came over for dinner. I wasn't head morgue technician at that point. And he came one night and we were all sitting around the kitchen table eating this beautiful meal, putting on the act. You know, the act of good little citizens who follow rules, keep their heads down, and do their part for Libertaria. We were doing the act when Bridget, only 5 at the time, cute as a button, was asked about her favorite song was. And this man, he expected some party-approved pop nonsense. But Bridget smiled and said, "I love Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones." She couldn't make ours until she was 7. The Rolling Stones.
She was only 5.
But the next day, a team of sentinels came for her and Jess. Well, Jess stopped them, took full responsibility. She showed them our media collection, told them Bridget didn't know any better, which of course she didn't. Told them I had no idea about the collection. And they said, for being honest, they'd be lenient. First time offense, we'll be lenient. And they took Jess. And I didn't think I'd ever see her again.
Did you? Where?
She showed up one day at work. They told me I'd have to prepare her. Cause of death was simple enough. But what I didn't expect was her tearing. And what I found inside of her. Fortunately, I determined that happened after she was dead. that they defiled a corpse, not Jess. But I understood. I understood that it was my only chance for a slip up. So I followed every rule, was the perfect citizen, performed mortuaries for them for years.
It's all you could do.
I could have taken responsibility. I could have gone instead.
You can't think like that.
But I do. Every day for years now, I feel that same regret. I need to keep you safe, all of you. I need you safe.
We'll be all right. Now, help me set the table.
They set the table in silence. There's something intimate about it.
How about Hank?
He died the same way as my Andy. Firing squad.
Did they give a reason?
The official report said treason, but a sentinel was being housed with us and he left dirty dishes in the sink. He talked to Hank about it and Hank said, I can't force her to do the dishes. And that was it. That was all it took.
Dirty dishes. No.
That sentinel told me right after Andy and Hank were shot, it's a wife's duty to keep a clean house. Best remember that. And I do.
Dunk sits down at the table, lost for words. Ding!
Oh, time to put on the glaze. Can you finish up here?
Dunk nods as Nadine exits into the kitchen. Crom enters with a slightly more form-fitting suit on. His glasses are not recording until specified. Bridget and Phil enter behind him.
I will be ready for round 2 soon.
Okay, babe. I'll keep that in mind. What?
What the fuck are you thinking?
Having an affair with a sentinel? Are you really that stupid?
Okay. Ouch.
He could kill you.
He could kill me.
He could kill all of us.
It's fine. He's a teddy bear.
He's a murder bear.
A deadly fucking murder bear.
Jeez. If you're so worried, I'll break up with him.
No.
Oh.
Why not?
He kills people for a living.
How do you think he'd react?
Probably be sad a day or two.
Murder bear. Angry murder bear.
I don't know what you want me to do.
Stay with him.
Until he dies.
Or at least until you're old enough to move.
Somewhere he can't move with you, like the mountains.
Oh, he likes the mountains.
The beach, then.
Loves the beach even more.
Anywhere.
You guys really need to chill.
Did we mention he murders people?
I get it. You don't like him. I don't like him. He's boring and has a very small penis. I'll break up with him when the time is right.
What is happening?
Nothing.
Nothing's happening.
We're talking about you.
What about me?
Your nice suit.
Thank you. It is new.
Nadine, do you need help in the kitchen?
I'm fine.
Only at the part you need help with. Coming.
Bridget and Dunk rush off to the kitchen.
Let us go back to your bedroom.
Can't we just talk without it leading to sex?
I will do that thing that you liked.
Which one? Okay. I guess we can head back.
Crom grabs Phil's hand and leads him to Phil's room. Bridget and Dunk breathe a sigh of relief.
What's got you two all worked up?
Nothing.
Phil's still sleeping with Crom.
Don't worry, we're taking care of it.
Oh, I'm not worried. Why would I be worried?
Honey, the sauce looks like it's about to boil over.
I'm not worried. Because nobody will take Phil from me. Nobody, not you, not her. Definitely not a sentinel. If anyone so much as looks as my baboo, I will flay them with this knife. Fry their skin in their own fat and feed it to them. Why would I be worried? Now, if you'll excuse me, those are the dinner napkins. Oh, one last thing. Fix it.
Nadine exits.
What are we gonna do?
Fix it.
We're all gonna die, either by Nadine or Crom.
Yeah, I need you out of this funk, Dad.
I don't want to die.
Not dying is an option.
Right. Right. What are you thinking?
We need Phil to agree to stay with Crom till Crom gets bored.
Won't he kill him if he gets bored?
Hopefully not.
Is that the best we can do?
Yes, I think it is.
I want to go back to before Tim died.
Nadine enters the dining room with cloth dinner napkins.
Tim could figure this out. Tim could figure anything out.
He's dead.
Dad could figure this out.
Be the new Tim.
The new Tim.
Yeah, you can do this, Dad. Be the new Tim.
I can do that. I can be here.
I believe in you, Dad. You got this.
I may need a little help with the table. Bridget, Dunk, will you come in here?
Coming.
Crom?
Yes, sweet cakes.
We need to talk.
About what?
About us.
About how we are the perfect couple?
Right. But don't you ever feel like there's other people out there?
Like my wife.
Exactly. Like your wife.
Her husband was traitor scum.
Crom, everyone you don't like is traitorous scum.
Maybe I am just really good at telling who is and is not traitor scum. I have a plan.
Oh, great.
It is really smart. I will have my wife and child killed
For?
for being traitor scum. Then I will request a male friend as a roommate.
That's really sweet, but
You will be away from your traitor scum family. I can sentinel them harder since you will not be here.
yeah, listen, Crom, I think maybe it's time.
To kill your family?
Why is it always killing with you?
It is what I am good at.
That's why we're having this conversation.
I would kill anyone to keep us together. I would even kill you to keep us together. I would kill us both so we could be together in death.
Like Romeo and Juliet.
Who?
Classmates.
Your classmates all have such weird names.
You'd kill me?
To keep you, yes.
Okay, let's stay together then.
We were already staying together.
Yeah, no, of course.
Bridget and Dunk are practically at the precipice of the kitchen. Ding!
Oh, that'd be my casserole.
Nadine flies by Bridget and Dunk and sends them tumbling into the kitchen.
Oh yes, this door. It does seem hastily put up.
Yes, that's what we were doing, checking the door for haste.
I bet it was built by filthy immigrants.
Yes, horrible immigrants.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Fixing the door?
Nothing but fixing the door, which is something.
A small something?
So something, just nothing big.
Ergo, nothing?
Fine.
Crom walks to his post by the door. Phil walks into the living room and is followed by Dunk and Bridget.
There was something, though, something about doors, I want to say.
That we both want to say.
That we think you need to hear about doors.
What about them?
Doors need to be sturdy. Whole doors, not just the frame, the whole door needs to be sturdy for the house to work.
Okay.
And doors can sometimes get jammed or stuck. And the first thought you may have is to shove or try to pound it open. But being hasty can be a bad idea when it comes to doors.
So don't pound the door.
No pounding the door?
Yes, don't pound the door.
Leave the door alone?
Let the door do what it's meant to.
Hold up the house.
Exactly.
What if the door cracks?
We'll be here to help.
If you say so. And don't worry, I'll fix the door during dinner.
Great.
Your family really likes doors.
For good reason. They help you move onward.
To the other room.
To the other room.
Dunk, Bridget, can I get some help?
Thank God that's taken care of.
Phil, what's happened to my baby?
He promised to stay with Crom until things settle.
He's safe.
He's going to make it explicit at dinner.
Good. Because if anything happened to my baby.
You don't need to tell us.
Oh, but I'd like to. I'd use this grapefruit spoon to carve a hole through your innards. And I'd stuff you full of dry ice, vinegar, lemon juice, and salt, sew you up and slowly roast you on a grill like a hunk of brisket, so you'd feel yourself baking from the inside out.
Great. Thanks, Nadine.
Why'd you call us in?
Dinner's ready.
Bridget and Dunk grab the food and bring it to the table.
Thank God for doors.
My next apartment will be all doors. No walls, just doors.
What you talking about?
Doors.
Doors. Crom, feel free to take a seat.
Nadine, you need any more help?
Just one last dish. I've got it.
Family settles down as Nadine brings out a huge ham.
Wow.
Get the size of that thing.
I hope everyone's hungry.
Hungry as ever, Mama.
Oh, my sweet Babu, my sweet, sweet Babu.
This looks good.
Thank you, Crom.
Everything looks wonderful, right, Bridget?
Absolutely.
Thanks. Who wants a slice?
I'll take a bit.
I have an idea. While we settle in, why don't we say a positive memory of JoJo? Who'd like to start? I'll begin. When JoJo first started living with us, before she lost the use of her legs, she'd garden. One time she tossed me a head of garlic she grew. I roasted it. It was delicious.
Mom,
Yes, Babu?
JoJo threw that garlic at you.
No, she tossed it lightly.
She was screaming, I hope your darkies like garlic as much as you like bananas.
Anyone else? Dunk.
Oh, let's see.
Take your time, dear.
Well, when I was a kid, after she quit her job, Tim had bought me this bike.
Why'd she quit her job?
Oh, unimportant.
Tell me.
Right. Well, a black woman was promoted over her and she got upset. Where was I?
Bike.
Yes. Tim had bought this bike for me, but didn't have much time to teach me to ride it. So instead, JoJo did.
Oh, how sweet.
And I remember mounting this bike at the top of this big hill near our house. And she told me she was holding the back of the bike, that she had me. And I started going down this huge hill and I was doing it. I was riding it. And I realized all at once that she had let the bike go, but she hadn't told me how to stop it. And I hit a tree. I broke my arm and looked up the hill and she was gone.
She went to call the ambulance.
She went inside to smoke.
That does not sound like a nice memory.
No, I guess it doesn't.
The national anthem plays on the TV. Nadine, Phil, Crom, and Bridget spring up. Dunk stays seated.
Dad, stand up. Stand up right now.
Dunk stands and salutes the flag with the rest of the family, except Bill, who swears in sign language at the flag. The anthem finishes, and they all sit again.
You need to stand for the anthem.
Right. Sorry.
If you do not stand for the anthem,
Bill grabs Crom's arm.
Calm down, Crommy.
Crom pushes Phil away.
if you do not stand for the anthem, we get anarchy. We get filthy people saying bad things about the party.
I said I was sorry.
Phil reaches for Crom again, and Crom swats Phil's hand away.
Sorry does not cut it.
I don't know what you want me to do about it now.
So, Crom, how'd you get into butting into people's lives?
Mom.
Nadine.
I'd like to know.
She's not usually like this.
I went to basic.
Sure, but you could have done something else instead of training to be a party leech.
Crom picks up his dinner knife menacingly.
Nobody talks to me like this.
The food's really good, honey.
What did you want to do?
I wanted to dance.
I'm sure that's enough grilling of our new sentinel.
Why aren't you a dancer then?
My second dad was a sentinel.
Of course. The fragile little dancer boy had a tough sentinel for a dad.
You cannot.
Mama,
Mama knows best, Babu. You can't? Watch me, you little bitch. I'm sure he beat you. Told you he didn't need a pussy for a son.
Stop it.
Told you what you already knew, that you are not and never will be good enough for him, for anybody.
Nadine, can I get you a drink?
Sound right, pussy?
Crom reverts to the scared boy being bullied by his dad. He drops his knife and it clatters on the floor.
Yes.
Let's go back to our favorite memories of JoJo. Phil?
yeah, I've got one.
Of course. He was disappointed in you. Anyone would be disappointed in you. So, you became what he wanted, a sentinel. You should have been a dancer. You should have done something meaningful with your wretched, miserable life.
Nadine.
Instead, you terrorize innocent families.
Sweetheart, what's that movie we saw last week?
Shut it, Dunk.
Yes, dear.
You could do 1,000 things, another 1,000 things.
This is all I.
No. This is what you chose because you're weak. You're too weak to control your own life, so you take it out on those around you. I bet you hit your wife. Of course you do. That's what boys do when they've lost control.
Hey, Mom,
Weak.
I'll take it from here. Hey, Crommy.
Phil rubs Crom's shoulders.
She said mean things.
I know.
I want to kill her.
Remember what we say?
Killing doesn't
solve
solve anything.
anything.
But I want to.
You know what they say? You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you just might find you get what you need.
You are so wise.
What do you need, Crom?
You.
No, you want me. There are plenty of Phils in the sea.
I need to dance.
That's a start. Want to know what I need? I need to say goodbye.
To your family?
To you, Crom.
Phil, you're drunk.
I can't be complicit in condoning your actions. But hey, we'll always have my parents' house. Here's looking at you, kid.
I need.
It truly was a week to remember.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Crom stalks off to the bathroom. Bridget and Dunk stand up and watch him leave. Then, the family stares at Phil.
That went well. What?
Sounds of Crom smashing the bathroom.
He sounds mad.
What? What? What?
Why would you break up with him like that?
And why did you antagonize him?
Was I too harsh?
None of that should have happened.
Oh, so now you don't want me to break up?
We never wanted you to break up.
Then what was the door stuff?
We were telling you to stay with him.
You told me to stop pounding the door, that the family would back me up if the door cracked.
Yes, because you're the door.
No, Crom's the door. You told me to stop pounding him.
You're the door.
Then what the hell does stop pounding the door mean?
Oh God, are we really this incompetent?
Bridget, Dunk.
He's going to kill us.
Hey, shit stains.
Why would that ever mean that?
Listen. He did it. We need to stand behind Phil together. We can do anything, but only together.
The fuck's that mean?
Crom burst out of the bathroom. His gun is drawn.
Okay.
Crommy, why is the gun out?
Okay.
Dunk, do something.
Dunk stands motionless.
If I am not with you, then no one can know.
Crom, that's insane.
Leave no witnesses, like they say in basic.
You need to think like an adult.
I am an adult.
Crom hits record on his glasses. The red light glows. He points his gun at Phil.
You are accused of committing treason against the party. How do you respond?
And
Dunk looks to Bridget. He takes a halting step to the hallway before freezing again.
He didn't do anything.
Please, don't do this.
How do you respond?
you can go back to sentineling us, please, Crom.
Crom cocks his gun.
How do you respond?
Dunk goes down the hallway.
You love me. That's how I respond.
Citizen is lying.
I'm your Pookie Bear. Your little Pookie Bear.
Get out of my head.
Crom pushes the gun against Phil's forehead.
You can't kill me.
Shut up.
And you can't act like this any time you're dumped.
Phil?
Just give me a second.
Nadine grabs a hold of Phil.
Don't hurt my baby. Please, don't hurt my baby.
Listen to them, Crom. My family loves me.
Don't hurt my baby.
Citizens are guilty of treason.
You can't just make us go away.
You are guilty.
Please,
Please.
Crom.
Crom.
Just put down the gun.
Dunk appears from the hallway with a hammer, and he walks towards Crom.
You are guilty.
I know. Just put down the gun.
You are.
Crack! Dunk smashes Crom in the head with the hammer. At the same moment, Nadine disarms him. The family is silent a moment. Then, Nadine shoots him in the head.
Jesus Christ!
It is really bloody.
You took long enough.
I couldn't find the hammer. Bullets.
Nadine checks the clip.
Not a lot.
Then the TV comes on.
It appears you are starting an insurrection. Sentinels have been dispatched to your location. Please await your death without further incident. Hello. It appears you are
Nadine
starting
shoots the
an
TV.
insurrection. Sentinel.
Even fewer now.
Killed him.
You killed the sentinel.
What else do we have as weapons?
I've got a steel drum in the umbrella stand.
Get it?
Dad?
Babu?
Yes, Mama.
Crack some fascist skulls.
Nadine tosses the bat to Phil. Dunk shuts the blinds. Sirens can be heard.
I need something too, Dad.
Anything for Bridget?
Kitchen knife.
Nadine heads to the kitchen.
Dad! What are we gonna do?
The sirens get closer. Nadine returns with the knife and passes it to Bridget.
We're gonna kill some fascists.
They all turn upstage, looking towards the door. They are all going to die, but they will not go quietly. The siren gets louder and louder and louder. And